This is, I believe, question number 9, and there was a part A and a part B. Part A says, consider the equation 2x minus 4y equals negative 10. And A says, what is the slope of this line? So, I don't see it necessarily, but I can quickly transform this, just solve to get y alone to see the slope. So on each side of this equation, I'm going to subtract 2x. When I do that, I get negative 4y equals negative 2x and then a minus a 10. The next thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by negative 4. So y equals negative 2 over negative 4x and then minus 10 over negative 4. So if I clean this up a little bit, this slope becomes, I guess, a positive 1 half. And then this becomes negative 10 over negative 4, I would say is, both of those can be divided by 2. So I can say that's plus 5 halves. So this is the equation of this line, right? Yeah, y equals positive 1 half x plus 5 halves. Now the question for A is, it says, uh, what is the slope of this line? And I want to be real clear here. If you're asked for the slope of this line, there's only one correct answer. It's 1 half. So if for some reason you decided to place x in for the slope, it's wrong, right? It is not 1 half x. Because here's what you're saying. If I'm asking you for the slope and you say the slope is 1 half, what you're describing is a situation where the slope is not always 1 half, but the value of the slope depends on what x is. And I know you're just looking at it, but I want you to understand we are in honors math 1. We're not in, calculus or pre-calculus. We're not dealing with slopes that change. So our answer is the slope is the number 1 half, not 1 half x. The other question was, what would be the slope of a line that would be perpendicular to this line? And I think I talked about this in another problem, but if I was to consider, a situation where I've got a slope where I've got a rise of 1 and a run of 2, right? So here's a slope triangle. I'll just put it through the origin where I've got up 1 over 2. If I rotate this actually the entire Cartesian coordinate plane through 90 degrees, when I do that, I end up getting this new line over here. I'm rotating it through the origin, and this slope triangle changes, right? What was my rise becomes the run, and what was the run becomes the rise. So I want you to notice that we're talking about getting the reciprocal here, right? I think you can imagine this rotating through. This thing's rotating through, and it lands over to here. Um, so the other thing that happens is we'll notice that this had a positive slope, right? And by the time we go through a 90-degree rotation, it has a negative slope. So long story short, when you're asked to find the slope of a line that's perpendicular and you know the slope, what we're looking at is this opposite reciprocal pattern, right? So my answer to B would be, if I want the slope of a line that's perpendicular to this, the slope would be, and I could say